Welcome to the Bros Before Elbows podcast with your bros and hosts, Anthony.
And Tommy Masano.
Bringing you the best in the rumors and recaps, predictions, and our classic banter and more. You know it's always coming from PDX and PHX, which we both were recently just in together for episode 18, which you have to check out the live video edition of that. But this is episode 19, so welcome to the show. We are rolling hot. Hot fuzz going on right now. Hot fuzz.
Hot Fuzz movie. We made it here in time. No swerves, no getting beat up in the back, no run-ins. Just two bros on a microphone and we're talking some pro wrestling.
Talking pro wrestling, talking crazy banter. You know, I must admit, folks, that I did not see Raw. So, but
did
what
you
I
see any Money in the Bank though?
I did watch Money in the Bank. In fact, what confused me. And this is, hang on, you know what, if anybody in the WWE universe that works for corporate, I wanna say something real quick.
Okay, because you know they're listening to our show right now, so they're probably in their corporate offices in Connecticut. They're in the boardroom. They pop up the Bros Before Elbows YouTube channel. They're listening right now, so let's pause it and let them be addressed.
The only thing that goofs me is I click on pay-per-view, right? It says on now, and it says Money in the Bank.
Okay.
And it asks me three questions. It says, watch now, like live now, like wherever it's actually taking place. The second one is from the beginning.
Okay, and the third one
option is like go back, like cancel, right?
So, I thought the third one was watching Spanish. I noticed.
Ooh, that's it. Sorry. Ooh,
yeah, watch in Espanol.
Watch in Espanol, and I pick option one.
Okay.
Just to see what it does, right? And it says, ooh, it takes me live, right? No. Sorry. The first time I did it was second option, which was take me to the beginning, because I knew when I was going to begin to watch it that I was already tons deep into the, enough time into the actual pay-per-view. I missed a ton of matches, right? It was the main event. It was the main Money in the Bank ladder match, right? And I go, I don't want to watch this. And all I see is like the top of Randy Orton's head all bloody. and I see Sheamus, and I'm like, I don't want to see this image right now. Why did it just take me to the live moment when I just told it to take me from the beginning? And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm an idiot, right? So I go back, and I go to the same menu, and it throws me back in the same thing, and I freak out again. I go, I don't want to see Randy Orton and Sheamus. I don't want to know how this ladder got set up. I want to see it from the beginning. I want to know how it was built. Don't piss me off, right? And so I go back, and then I go to the live, right? Like, maybe I'm an idiot. So I go back and I do the live, and of course it takes me to the live. So what pisses me off, what grinds my gears is, can you please fix the Xbox One, WWE Network, from the beginning pay-per-view, or from the beginning anything? That's a pretty simple request, only because I really want to watch it from the beginning and not get a spoiler. What if all of a sudden I turn it on and we all knew everyone's favorite American soldier, John Cena, wins the WWE Championship belts, right? What if I saw that at the beginning, a split second, a subliminal second of that?
That horrible.
I would have just given you my middle finger and said, F this. I'm not going to watch this for the remainder of my freaking Sunday night. You know,
you would have gave it the
maybe,
two middle fingers. You would have stunned
while.
it. Yeah, you would have gave it a stunner.
So a little thing like that, it's a simple request, right? It probably wouldn't take too much to repair, but please repair that, because don't ruin it for your fans.
This has been the Dear WWE segment, Bros Before Elbows podcast. Yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't have any problems. I watched it on my Roku on the thing. I missed like the first hour, but I eventually. Well, actually, I haven't gone back and watched it. But I read the results and read the recap. But yeah, it was. Yeah, no technical difficulty. Would have sucked if it went like live and it was in Spanish, just to double screw you.
but hang on. So I was like, man, it's live. So I was like, I'm gonna go backward in time, right? It shows me all. Don't know why, right? I go backward as far as I can, right? Thinking this is the beginning of the pay-per-view. Like, oh my god, this is a 4-hour pay-per-view. Holy whiz, right? But no, it starts showing me John Cena versus Mark Henry. And I go,
went back to Money in the Bank like 3 years.
I was like, why is this showing me this? Was there a swerve that I haven't seen in like 3 weeks of not watching this? Like a major swerve? Like, Bray, that's it, he's gone? Like, why is he beefing with Henry? How did he get the belt all of a sudden?
How far back did I go?
What is going on? And it's Money in the Bank 2013.
You went, yeah, you watched because before the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, they played the Money in the Bank 2012 and 2013 on the network back to back. So you went before the pre-show, before the beginning of the pay-per-view, all the way back to the. Wow, yeah, you pressed that rewind
That pissed me
button
off.
pretty
Why
hard.
would you even have that as an option on your watch now? Hang on.
It
Why
should
would
stop
you?
you. Yeah, it should
Why would it
save
have
you
an
from
option
yourself.
when it tells you blatantly on their homepage when you go to pay-per-views, or not even pay-per-views, you just open up the app and it just says watch now, and I go, I would love to watch that right now. Actually, that sounds really cool. Let me watch that now. And
Yeah,
I
I love
click
that
it.
feature.
I don't want to see Ric Flair versus Sting 1905.
You went back 14 years. How long were you holding the rewind button? Oh
You know
my
what I'm
gosh.
saying? Like, where is this coming from? So that was another grind my gears. It's like, can you have markers somewhere telling me? So I don't know. It just took me a while to finally get to the beginning. And look, obviously I'm super blessed to have the network. The network's a great thing. It's a great product. So look, if I'm tearing it apart, it's really just from a fan perspective of convenience. I'm really not trying to rip this thing to shreds because I love it. Because I don't have cable TV, so I really have to rely on the WWE Network.
You cut the cord, yeah, man. You're off the grid, man. You're out in Portland. You're riding down rivers, and you're just off the grid, man.
I am. And so, you know what? I do rely quite a bit on the network, and I'm glad that there is a network, and I'm glad I can get it on my iPhone, my iPad, my iMac, whatever. All that stuff. That's great. So these little gripes are just little gripes.
Okay, this episode of Bros for Road was brought to you by Gary's Gear Shop in local downtown Portland. If you need an auto change or some tires rotated, go down there. Check out Gary's Gears. Okay, anyway, let's talk about. You want to talk about Raw, or do you want to talk about Money in the Bank first? Because
let's talk about Money in the Bank real quick. Because
quick shout out to two people on our Twitter. Mia Tyler, our favorite Bostonian Twitter person, artist, she was in the second row at Money in the Bank, sitting by JBL, and she was tweeting about it. So that was epic. So snaps and props to Miss Mia Tyler, our other bro out in Boston, or broette, I guess. Brosis.
Yeah, broette, straight up.
Brosis, yeah. And our other friend, Cage Side Doors on Twitter, he tweeted some questions about Money in the Bank, which we'll get to later in the show. AKA Doors Hate MMA Fighters on CagesideSeats.com. Go check him out. Go follow him on Twitter. So anyway, what's your opening thought on Money in the Bank? What are you going to say? I thought I interrupted you for a good reason. Oh my God. Yeah, I thought you were making a salient point, a lasting set in stone. You're going to be in Moses on a mountaintop. And
what happened to Zack Ryder? That's what I want.
He's in the bunny suit. He's in the Adam Rose bunny suit. That is the rumor. He's the bunny in the Adam Rose bunny brigade.
No, messed
up.
Express. You know what? If you gave him a tag team with Adam Rose, that would somewhat revive.
Would it save Adam Rose or would it save Zack Ryder?
Wouldn't be a 3MB.
Oh man, Heath Slater, 4 out of 40.
Oh my goodness, no. But with Money in the Bank, I thought it started great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it definitely started action packed. The tag match with Usos and the Wyatts, incredible.
Yeah, I can't believe the Usos won again, man. I can't believe
that makes them look real strong. I like that.
I
like that a lot, man. That was a killer match too, man. There was a lot of, I thought it was just going to be a little bit of back and forth, like kind of predictable Usos, predictable Wyatt family, because Luke and Harper are booked strong. They look fierce, but it's kind of almost few and far between when you really, really see them together. So having a big match like this and losing, I don't think makes them look weak. I think it really makes them serious contenders.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? I think it's gonna be a good rivalry. I hope they continue this to Battleground, maybe even to drag it out to SummerSlam or something like that. Because it's cool to see tag teams have like a good feud that lasts over a couple pay-per-views instead of just throw them out to the side. Let's start new again and just roll up the next number one contender or whatever. So I hope they continue this feud.
There's still a lot to be played out between the Usos and the Wyatts.
Okay,
still a lot to be played out.
Paige and Naomi, do you see any of that? What do you think of Paige? Good still? Thumbs up, nah, not really. It's supposed to be Naomi versus Cameron. The Funkadac's supposed to break up. They still haven't broken up, but I guess that was a kind of a storyline going into that match.
Yeah, I was going to say that was kind of weird because Cameron was cheering for Paige. And I was like, I don't really get this. And then at the end of the match, I was like, okay, kick Naomi or something, like,
Yeah.
just break it off. Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? And like, she kept consoling her, and I was like, I don't really get what's going on right now.
Mixed messages.
Very, very, very mixed messages. And Liz was briefly watching it with me, and she's like, "Who is she cheering for?" And I was like, they're not doing a good job.
Yeah, the people don't understand. Then if the casual like viewer doesn't understand, then if the freaking people who watch it every week like we do don't understand,
I'm confused. Like,
yeah,
I don't get what's going on. But I thought the match was good. I think Naomi is like a really good contender. I thought that from the beginning. I thought she really showed heart. She may not have had the actual like presentable, entertainment value, but she was reaching for it, and now I think she's getting that. So which is cool. I thought it was a good match. Paige, not really super bought into. I don't know. I didn't watch NXT enough when she was in it.
Yeah, she seems kind of bland. Up on. I mean, I think she's maybe a better heel. I don't know if she was a heel and down in NXT, but yeah, she's a super like clean baby face up here. But she needs some kind of spark to like kind of like push her in the right direction. And I think that maybe happened on Raw, but we'll get to that in the second part of the hour.
Man, the Fallout shows, and I get it with the network. Another Dear Abby moment.
Dear Diary, you're Diggy Howser typing on your computer. Okay.
Dear Diary.
It's about Raw not being up in a timely manner.
Yeah, I get it. It's like they're with USA Network, and I love it. But for a simpleton like me who doesn't have cable TV, I would like at least a Raw recap after Raw.
They do like a 15-minute one. It's not really that good. They should they only talk about like two topics.
Again, I don't see it on Xbox One, man.
It's on there. It's on. Look on your iPad or look on your phone maybe if you have it on your phone. It's Raw backstage. It's who's the host? Brian Saxton, Booker T, and Alex Riley. They're usually like in the arena, but this week they was in Connecticut, so they're like back in WWE studios, and they usually talk about two storylines from the thing for 15 minutes. I actually dig it. I watched it this morning because I didn't get to see I was watching Raw on and off, so they helped me catch up a little bit, so that was cool. So I would definitely recommend that. But
right, so I just have to explore more into the app, but I'm still pretty cheesed off about the from the beginning not going to the beginning, and that's an angle. That's a bad angle. That's a bad swerve. I don't dig that.
Okay. Paul Revere versus Adam Rose. Damon Sandow still being every keeping character.
I love it. I absolutely love it. What a great guy. He can take it. Man, he's taking it on the chin, dude. This guy is
last year he won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and this year he's freaking losing to Adam Rose on Money in the Bank pay-per-view. How far can you freaking fall, man? Oh, gosh. Hard to watch.
Hey, man, it's hard to watch this year. See what happens next year.
If he's with Evan Bourne and Jinder Mahal.
I think if anything, you take this guy from the top, right? Almost giving him a shot and totally screwing him because obviously they, merged the two titles. So he was the guy right before the title merge, right?
Yeah, he'd like to be a trivia question, like
who was exactly. Who was the WWE superstar that won Money in the Bank, but did not win a title due to a merger happening?
Yeah.
Or something like that, and it would be Damien Sandow. So to me, it's like ever since then, yeah, they've given him goofy personas, but he's been entertaining. He's still been like kind of a conniving, like, very brash, like, intellectual.
Mm-hmm. Which will also play into the Raw Fallout show, which he did another new character, which was awesome, which I'll explain.
Interesting.
So that was good. So your points you're making are very true. Yeah, he's keeping everyone entertained. I don't know if they're testing him or they're burying him. It's either one.
I don't think it's a bury, man. If it was a bury, we wouldn't. I don't know. I don't see it that way. I really don't see it as a bury.
Yeah, I mean, some people say I don't think it is. I agree with you. I tend to be. If it was a bury, he'd just be off TV and he wouldn't be doing anything. At least he's on Raw. He gets on Raw. He's on a pay-per-view, and at least he's doing something. And
they would Zack Ryder him.
That's exactly. They would make him feud with Kane and push him off put him in neck race, push him off with a wheelchair off the Titantron.
Let's give the dude a title. And kick him in the nuts 2 weeks later. Take his title away.
Have him get a title over where people care about a title, then have him lose the title to no one gave a crap about. And then bury the title again, yeah.
Didn't he lose to Santino or something?
I think it might have been Swagger or Santino, or it was something like that.
Swagger, that's...
it was still a waste of time, dude. Then Swagger lost to Santino, and Santino...
Anchor Swagger.
He will also come in. There's so many. Just the ultimate radio teases. We're like professionals over here in episode 19.0 of the Bros Before Rebels show. Next up is the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I think was the better of the two ladder matches with Kofi, Dean, Seth,
Ooh, I thought it was going to end quick. I thought
Yeah.
that match was going to be like, oh my gosh, they're really just going to give us like a 4-minute match.
It was off the charts, man. I think it was the longer of the two ladder matches, and I think it was the better of the two ladder matches.
Absolutely. RVD held that for like a good 7 minutes, man.
Oh, I love that, dude. That was like throwback to ECW, man. He must have been coasting the last 2 months just to save for those 7 minutes, because that was awesome, dude.
That was intense. That was some of the best. Yes, that was the best RVD action I have seen in a long time, and it was so entertaining. It was so energetic. It was so like, yes, even people in the crowd, man, were chanting, "You still got it." It's like, yeah. I've been here for the last 9 months or so. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. That was a great. Oh man, a lot of like back and forth. I like how they played the card of everybody going to the top. Now,
yeah, that was a good spot. Yeah.
What I'm always afraid of is when they put their arms through the actual titles, that those buttons snap.
I've never seen that snap by accident. I think it's got to be pretty solid up there, man. Because I've seen some people struggle, like take a couple seconds when they win it. I think when Jack Swagger won it, when Daniel Bryan won it, they took a couple seconds up there, and it was awkward. But yeah, that'd be awkward if it accidentally came down.
Yeah, because I mean, Cesaro and Sheamus were both holding the titles.
Dude, yeah, those guys weigh like 250 each at least, man, maybe closer to 300, and yeah, and they were holding on to, and they were just swinging. That's the other ladder match.
No. But I'm just saying, like, so that to me, just anything that's anchored to the top of that beam always freaks me out, because it's always like, you know, what if somebody accidentally grabs the briefcase and it just pops open again? You know what I mean? Or like, what if someone's battling for it? But man, some of the big spots on that, like, so it started off where I thought, man, this is going to end really quick. This is going to end really fast, and it didn't. That's awesome. Seth Rollins, first off, his ring attire, his entrance gear, pretty sick, pretty futuristic. Tron.
You like that, man? I don't know what kind of
Tron like.
I don't know if I like the pants. I don't know. They're kind of like they're too like leather pants. I don't know, 80s rocker. Adam Rose pants. Cool? I don't know.
Actually, no. I can't remember his name. Damn it. Who is he? Crimson. Wasn't his name Crimson, the guy that was in the green?
In TNA?
No.
Oh, Canyon?
Canyon. That's it. Yeah, WCW.
Let's not talk about Canyon before you actually say, you know, he passed away, right? Oh, God.
No. Really?
Oh, God. I hate breaking this news. Really? Oh, God. This is so awkward. Every episode, a new wrestler passes away in the Bros Before Elbow show.
Canyon?
Yeah, he passed away, man.
When?
I think he committed suicide, actually.
Oh, my
gosh. Okay, moment of silence for Chris Canyon. Okay.
I wanted to bring his memory back through Seth Rollins. Just saying, what if he,
you know what?
They came back as
Canyon? Similar moveset. I mean, Canyon was awesome. Such a good wrestler.
But yeah, his ring attire just like made me instantly think of Canyon. I didn't think that the man had. I hope he's in a better place. Rest in peace, Canyon. I love
rest
playing
in
the
peace. He's up there in wrestling, a big wrestling ring in the sky. Yeah, but Rollins, okay. So Rollins, the new heel. He controlled a lot of the match, man. I think he might have been the MVP for the match.
Oh man, he when he took that man, and it made me think of Ladder Wars too. The way that they were setting these ladders up.
Yeah, man,
cool.
like some good construction.
Good construction moves, especially putting it like on top of the ropes. Because there was that move where Rollins basically fell backwards onto the ladder that was kind of like a scaffolding on the rope and on the ladder itself.
Kofi, back body dropped him onto the ladder. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and then he bounces, hits it again, and then hits his head, and then rolls off. It's like, oh my gosh, these guys are doing some crazy spots. But I'm glad I'm seeing it from Seth Rollins and Ambrose too. I'm glad that these young bucks are like, you know, really putting on a crazy good, you know, suspenseful show, man. And some of these spots were huge.
And my favorite spot was when Ambrose got Rollins into a superplex off the top of the ladder.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a GIF of that or GIF or whatever on there online. Check that out. I mean, it's like from the top of it's from the camera they attached to the Money in the Bank briefcase, so you see it like bird's eye view. Oh man, it's crazy. I thought Ambrose was gonna break his neck on that superplex, man. I was like, oh god, it was amazing.
Man, when he bounced out of it, that looked devastating, dude. When he did the superplex, Ambrose pops up, he lands on his shoulder blades and his neck.
Yeah.
And then basically rolls backward and then goes into a seal position of oh my god, my back.
I don't know if that was before. That was after it, but no. And then later in the match, he hurts his shoulder. He does a freaking tornado DDT off the ladder onto Swagger.
Yes,
that's when
he hurts himself.
Mm-hmm. And he has to go to the back. He's sent to the back, which is surprising.
Man, so many people were so mad. There was a "We Want Ambrose" chant during the match, which was huge, man. That speaks volumes.
I love Ambrose the face, man. I think he's doing an incredible job. I thought he'd be a better heel, but man, he's really proving he's really cutting his teeth. He's really proving his worth as a face, and he was that guy you want to root for against Rollins, man. You really want to see him get his revenge on Rollins.
Dude, this greaser Ambrose.
God, I wish he had a cigarette in his mouth. It'd be so sweet.
Or a pack of cigarettes rolled up in his sleeves.
Yeah, he needs a comb. Get that man a comb.
Oh, man. But you know what? But at the end, there were shenanigans, of course. Authority shenanigans. Kane comes out. Which I don't really know, man.
Kane.
I don't really know.
He's the new Big Show. In 2013, Big Show is the guy who got in everyone's... he gets in everyone's storyline away. And steals Bray O'Brien's yes chance. Now it's Kane. He's getting in everyone's way with the storylines, man. It's just let Ambrose and Rollins duke it out, man.
Lame.
I know you're a Kane mark from when you were 10 and you had your Kane shirt that was 8 sizes too big.
Hey, at least they didn't have Jinko jeans.
Oh man, I did have Jinko jeans. Oh god.
Suck it.
I was a huge DX mark. Oh god, what an idiot. What an idiot. Anyway, our fatal flaws aside. So Kane screws Ambrose. Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank, dude. How long do you think he's gonna hold the briefcase?
Night after WrestleMania?
What? Just take a page out of Ziggler?
Pulls another Ziggler, I guess.
Oh, who knows? Man, that felt like forever, dude.
Maybe he's the first one that cashes it in at WrestleMania.
Oh, they did that, man. They said they ran the... you saw, during the show or on YouTube, they did Money in the Bank by numbers.
Money in the Banks have been cashed in at WrestleMania.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy because they used to have the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania, and no one's ever tried to cash it in at WrestleMania. Yeah, dude. Man, that'd be sick. But there's only one title now, so that'd be in the main event. Cashing. And the crowd would freak out, dude. Everyone's pants would come off and throw it in the ring. People throw beer cups in the ring, in ECW or ROH. People would throw their pants in the ring at WrestleMania 31 if someone tried to cash it.
Hot dogs and nachos.
Kevin Steens.
I would love if that's the best way to show appreciation for Kevin Steen in the WWE is to throw hot dogs at him.
Throw your hot dogs at him. Man, dude, hot dogs cost $7 at arenas, so you better damn well appreciate.
I don't want to spend $25 on this tea. I want to spend $7 and throw it at Kevin Steen.
What a
Eat
gimmick.
my hot dog, Steen.
Oh gosh, that's a compliment. You think it's a diss, but it's a compliment, really.
No, straight up.
Okay.
The rest of the pay-per-view I thought was really good. After that, I don't know. I was so hyped up after that match. Everything else after, I was like, this is taking a long time. A match that pissed me off. Rusev versus Big E. Why are you destroying Big E? What did Big E ever do to anybody except for be a badass?
I have no idea what he did to anyone, actually. Yeah, because ever since he lost the IC title, he's been losing a lot. He's been losing to the Wyatts, losing to Rusev, losing to Bad News Barrett, losing Battle Royals. I mean, man, I can't remember the last time Big E got a win and they played his music.
could this be possibly too many new rookie players coming in too fast?
Well, it's rookie player versus rookie players, Rusev versus Big E, so someone's got to lose. But that's a good point. They just cut a bunch of people to make room for all these NXT guys. But I mean, Adam Rose is winning, Rusev's winning, Bo Dallas is on a winning streak. So I guess Big Bo Dallas said like, "Oh man, it must be a real pain. It must be a real pain in the neck to you, Daniel Bryan." Get it? Because Daniel Bryan just had neck surgery.
Oh, messed up. Dallas, I don't know, man. I can't figure him out.
I'm 100% believer. I'm 100% behind. Dude, he did the best thing on Monday Night Raw, which we'll talk about later as well. But yeah, that's a good question, man. There's a lot of NXT call-ups, and some people are going to lose. Some people, I guess with the women's division, like Paige is winning, and Emma is kind of getting lost in the shuffle. So only so many spots on the main roster. So Big E is kind of getting left behind, which is crazy because I think he has potential, dude. And he's such a beast. So I just hope he finds some kind of foothold on the roster before it's too late.
I hope so. I like Big E. I really like Big E. And for some reason, he falls into this category with like, I don't know. It's almost like it's almost like Ziggler in a sense. You know, he just has this aura around him that's just like they just won't give it to him.
Ziggler, Kofi, Big E, it's kind of like floating, like in the middle. They're not really.
But they could be so much. Like, you could really make these guys really good IC title holders. You can make them really good U.S. title holders if you really want to make that title prestigious. But
they never follow through with it. Yeah, they never follow through. I mean,
exactly. There's no follow through with these guys, and it's like you build them really big, and people love it, and they follow them, and they want more of them, and then you just give them crap.
Yeah, they come out with a new Big E or Ziggler shirt, and then there's nothing to do. I mean, there's nothing.
There's nothing. He's losing in superstars. It's like, what?
Yeah, why? Yeah, I guess they need more jobbers or something. I don't know. Maybe they need more like tag team. Maybe he could be in a tag team or something. Or I mean, got to figure something out for Big E.
Tag team would be cool. He could do a lot of cool tag moves, I feel.
But yeah, dude, he's a super powerhouse, man. Then he could just come in, like if he works with a smaller guy. I mean, that could be really fun. Yeah, more tags, better storylines for the US and IC. I think we've been preaching that since our pilot episode, but we'll still pound the gavel on that. Okay, real quick, the championship ladder match: John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Cesaro, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, Kane, and Roman Reigns. John Cena is bathing in everyone's internet's tears right now. He's just trolling everyone, and he's got a big smile on his face because he's got the 2 title belts. The more you boo him, the stronger he gets, dude. He's just like a monster, man.
He just feeds off of hate. Never give up. I feed off of your fruity pebbles.
The more he boos, the more you cheer, the more you get behind Roman Reigns, the more pop Bray Wyatt gets, the stronger John Cena wins. It doesn't make any sense.
It's such a, I don't know, at this point, it's a cop-out. It's a cheap move.
It's like, yeah, it is like a cheap move. It's like,
it's like, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? I don't know, pizza. What kind of pizza? Cheese pizza. It's like, what do you want for dinner every night? Yeah, cheese pizza. John Cena is the cheese pizza of the WWE titles.
Yeah, just give it to him when we have nothing.
When there's nothing else in the fridge to eat, or the freezer, it's going to take too long to thaw out or create this potentially delicious meal.
He's the Little Caesars hot and ready, dude.
He is a $5 hot and ready pizza. John Cena, everyone's American pizza.
American pizza delivery boy, John Cena. Yeah, man. So it was so weird because like he wasn't even like he didn't really get too good spots in the match, and as he comes in the end, just A's Kane, A's Orton climbs the ladder and wins. Like he uses like a cheat code and just like it's
turbo mode.
Yeah, turbo mode. He's got this game genie. He's got like the special controller where you flip the turbo button and. Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, it was so weird. They could have gone so many different directions with it, but John Cena is our champion. He's our supreme ruler, and we bow down to him. But real quick before we touch base to go off onto Raw, Cage Side Doors, he tweeted some questions. He's our MVP, most valuable player of this podcast right now.
Dang right.
He said, if you can pick either ladder matches, who's your favorite Money in the Bank participator, wrestler from Money in the Bank? Out of both ladder matches, who was your favorite wrestler on either of those? For me, I'll go first. I think it was Dean Ambrose. Just because when he went back to the back and everyone was chanting him, like you said, and just like the pop he got when Rollins was trying to crawl up to the ladder and he came running back out after the doctor said he couldn't. I thought that was a really good moment for Dean Ambrose and kind of solidified him as a face that the WWE can ride. So I thought he was my MVP for the ladder matches. What say you? I think another one would be, I mean, I can't take two, would be Randy Orton. I think he did really good. He got busted open, he kept going, which I don't think was planned, and he had a huge gash, and he kept wrestling through that, so I got to give him props for that, and I think he was underrated in the second ladder match. You could say RVD, you could say... Reigns, because he did that cool spot where he lifted up the ladder. You could say Rollins, because all the crazy ass kicking he took in his match. I mean, there's a lot of directions you could go, dude. You can even pick Cena. Just to get that $5 hot and ready.
The American pizza.
God, if you got a marketing deal for them, he'd totally like dress up like as an orange, coming off an orange Little Caesar shirt.
I could actually see his new color scheme being like a pepperoni colored hat. And like orange, kind of cheesy looking T-shirt.
Oh god!
And then he could have like a really light crust flavored shoe.
Kids would buy it. My little Tommy, my 5-year-old, he'd make me buy it for him.
They would dress like slices of pizza.
Yeah, and he'd get it over somehow with the kids. And everyone over the age of 12 would boo him, but he wouldn't care.
Man, Money in the Bank participants.
Yeah. Who's your MVP? Who really wowed you? Come on. There's no dead
I'm really
silence.
thinking, man. I'm really thinking because there was a lot of good spots. I would say it's honestly a toss up between RVD and Seth Rollins.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. RVD, dude, is definitely worthy because he made me like. I was like kind of watching it back and forth, watching it not. Like when he started making his run and maybe like put down what I was doing and like sit down and say, "Whoa, I gotta watch see what RVD's doing." And I don't usually do that too often in 2014, so he definitely deserves props.
Man, he was hot, dude. He even hit his 5-star frog splash, and I really thought he was gonna get it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I was like, okay, I'd be cool with this.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally be cool with RVD winning right now. I'm cool with that. That's a good finish.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. Never thought of that.
And
going
I really thought he was gonna hurt. I really thought he hurt himself. There was a spot where it looked like his hamstring got pulled.
Yeah, towards the end of the match, that looked pretty rough, dude. So he was going all out, balls to the wall. So props to RVD. I know he's our Uncle Rico. He's our chili cheese fries, Cheech and Chong, loving crazy uncle. But props to him on Sunday night. So commercial break right here, and then come back and talk about Raw.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
because again, I've not seen the Fallout show, so I'm really kind of curious. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Huge Fallout show. Huge Fallout. Lots of returns, lots of surprises. So much fun. I was super impressed. So
and we will actually come back too and do the question of the day.
Ooh, good tease.
Cool. All right, we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to the Bros Before Elbows podcast. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Just search Bros Before, 4, Elbows. We would love to keep the conversation going with wrestling, so send us your thoughts and feedback. Email us at brosbefore, 4, Elbows, @gmail.com. Welcome back to the Bros Before Elbows, episode 19.
You didn't count down, dude. I heard the hip hop beats. I heard 5, and then you skipped 4 through 1.
I did.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I like to enter the ring quick.
Yeah, dude, it's a crazy
Ultimate Warrior
Ambrose
style.
run-in from the back, man. You're like the Wyatt family, man. The lights went out, and he's like, bam, he started again.
Appeared, popped out from under the ring.
You have a sheep's mask right now?
Pow! I would.
They sell that on WWE.com. You could buy like a sheep's mask, the Wyatt hat, and like...
Oh, I want a Wyatt hat.
Something like like a lantern. A lantern. It sells a Wyatt like river hat, a sheep's mask, and a lantern for like $15.
That's legit.
WWEshop.com.
That's
Check
legit, dude.
Oh, okay, Super Raw Fallout show. You didn't think anything was going to happen after Money in the Bank. You're like, Raw's been kind of like blah the last couple of weeks. But no, they broke out the big guns. They unloaded their clip on the WWE Universe, and we were completely bloodied and beaten afterwards. It was such a good Raw episode. A+ for me, and I usually don't grade them. But
so far, it sounds like this is a trend after these pay-per-views where people don't think it's going to be worth a damn. Mm-hmm. They're making Raw worth a damn.
You're right, dude. I think the last time we recorded one, or a couple episodes ago, yeah, we're talking about how surprised we were about an impressive Raw we saw. It was the night after like Extreme Rules or something. One of those.
But what happened? Tell me.
Okay, so the show opens up with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They're in Hartford, Connecticut, right down the road from Greenwich, Connecticut, the WWE's headquarters.
Our favorite headquarters.
No pitchforks, no lighting of fires lately. We've been very happy with the product. Triple H calls John Cena an A+ player. He says... Cena comes down the ring. He says, I'm going to give Daniel Bryan a shot at the belt when Bryan returns. Triple H and Stephanie are basically trying to kiss John Cena's ass, trying to get him to come over to the Authority. They unveil the cover of WWE 2K15, and guess who's on the cover? Your favorite American pizza delivery boy, John Cena. And he's the new cover boy for 2K15. So that's going to be selling like hotcakes for your Xbox One. I'm sure you'll buy it day one. Stephanie's dancing and singing to John Cena's music, and it's awesome. She's dancing to that, and she's dancing. There's a good gif of that. Go check that out. Triple H makes fun of John Cena's Dr. Thugonomics gimmick. He says John Cena should just chill his role and listen to the Authority. And then he announces the main event for Battleground in 3 weeks on the WWE Network. The next pay-per-view is John Cena versus Randy Orton versus Kane versus Roman Reigns in a fatal 4-way match. Okay. So that's your next main event. Okay. In 3 weeks, they're doing another pay-per-view. So if you don't have the WWE Network and you're paying $60 a month for these, you're insane at this point. So get the WWE Network.
$9.99 a month as long as you have a 6-month subscription.
True.
Which is $60, which means you can get every pay-per-view, everything from SummerSlam to Money in the Bank to Extreme Rules to ECW in your house 2006. Wah, wah, wah.
And you can watch from the beginning if you're not watching on Xbox One.
But you can't watch it from the beginning. If you go and you're in the middle of a pay-per-view and you say, hey, I would love to watch this in the beginning, it won't let you. No. It will give you the middle finger, and it will say, nope, you're watching it live. And then you're going to hit rewind. You're going to hit rewind too far because freaking, Legends
Dean
House.
Ambrose is going to run in on this segment and hit you over the head. So Seth Rollins beats RVD in a one-on-one match. Pretty good match. Decent. Nice. Rollins slams RVD with body slam and then gets the curb stomp for the win. Dean Ambrose comes on the screen. Titantron says, from one scumbag to another, you don't really think this is over yet. So he says Rollins is plan A for the Authority, but he needed Triple H as his daddy, Uncle Kane, to bail him out. And wherever, anytime Seth Rollins could be with that briefcase, Dean Ambrose could be 15 steps behind him, ready to beat him over the head and not let him do anything with that cash in. And then next up, Rusev and Lana are out, and they're talking about America, how we're weak, how we don't win at anything, and we just give people participation medals, and we don't care about winning or losing. So USA chants start happening in the arena, and guess who comes out but Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter to save the day? Boat anchor? New American hero? We the people? Nothing?
Tumbleweed.
Is this something? Is this mic on?
Anybody in the audience? Anybody?
So Coulter says he's tired of them bashing America, and that Coulter knows someone who can stop Rusev's crush, a real American. So the crowd says, "We the people all at once," because that's an awesome chant to do. And then Rusev and Swagger go head to head. Swagger throws Rusev out of the ring. Rusev wants to get back in the ring, but Lana yells at him to stop. Swagger 1, Rusev 0.
All right.
Okay.
I'll give Swagger this one.
It is July 4th week as we record this.
It is. I will give Jack Swagger 1 point on the board, but I still think he's a boat anchor. But boat anchors are meant to be lifted up, and boats are meant to set sail.
But here's the thing, though. He injured Bad News Barrett on SmackDown the week before Money in the Bank. So Bad News Barrett wasn't on the Money in the Bank, you might have noticed. And then this is his reward. He gets a face turn? Is he going to get, his reward is going to be him getting crushed by Rusev. Could that make you happy?
Yeah.
Or
do you want Rusev to win?
You want Rusev to win, or you want Swagger to win?
I don't want either of them to win.
Oh, torn.
You want to know who I want to come out? R-Truth. He'll set this straight.
What? What's up?
R-Truth.
What's up?
What's up?
What's that?
What's up?
Didn't he already, him and Xavier Woods already feuded for Rusev?
But I don't think Rusev actually punked R-Truth.
Yeah, he's mostly punking Xavier Woods. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. Another NXT guy who didn't quite up to snuff. Anywho, the Usos and Sheamus versus the Wyatt family in a 3-man on 3 tag. Wyatt's win by pinfall. Bro kick to Rowan. Sends Rowan to the outside. Jimmy hits a huge suicide dive on Rowan. Sheamus tries to attack Wyatt, but Wyatt hits his sister Abigail on Sheamus. Jay tries to go after Wyatt, but he fails and turns into a Harper clothesline from hell for the pinfall. So the Wyatts get a win, which is going to be my point for Money in the Bank, because they lost the Money in the Bank match. Wyatt lost the Money in the Bank match. The Wyatt family lost the tag team match. They finally get a win. I think the Wyatt family needs a win in their pocket.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yes.
So that was a good win. I was scared they were going to lose to Sheamus and the Usos. So good on the Wyatt families, and I think we know who we're feuding with next later in the Raw episode. So preview for that. Okay, Bo Dallas. Quick Bo Dallas update. Breaking news. Bo Dallas. Bo leave. Don't stop Bo leaving. So he comes out and he asks for a minute of silence for 2 competitors who can't compete tonight: Bad News Barrett and Daniel Bryant. So the lights go out in the arena, and he does the Tebow, like hand on his thing for a full minute. I watched it on YouTube. He started at the 30-second mark. He did not stop Tebowing until the 1:45 mark. So he went over a minute, and JBL and King couldn't help themselves on commentary. They were still talking over him, but that was it. I mean, that was his contribution to Raw. He took a live TV. You perform live. I mean, you're in bands. You're in a band, Goldfoot. Go check them out in Portland. I mean, imagine taking a minute in your set and just minute of silence. I mean, this is live TV on the USA Network, one of the second biggest cable networks on, besides maybe ESPN and a couple of others. I mean, and they just took a minute of that cable time and just silence for Bo Dallas. I mean, that is commitment to the gimmick right there.
That's true. That's a bold move. That's a bold move. That is a Bo move. You're right.
That's a Bo ass move.
And you know what? As much as I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it.
I
think I might begin to Bo leave.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm going to send you some motivational pictures featuring Bo Dallas' face tonight. I'm going to send that tonight over. Okay, next up, Nikki versus the Funkadactyls. Nothing happened. Funkadactyls didn't break up, but they beat up Nikki Bella. Next, another match for Battleground is announced on the WWE pay-per-view, WWE Network. A Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship, because Bad News Barrett shoulder is torn. He's not coming back for 6 to 8 weeks. So we're getting a new IC champion, and we're doing it by a Battle Royal. And the first participant in the Battle Royal is Cesaro. So let's see who else they put in the Battle Royal. to crown the new IC champion.
He did win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah, I think he would be a good IC champion, but I'm curious. Would you rather him do a tournament or you rather do a Battle Royal? There's no IC champ right now. Bad News Barrett got swaggered.
You know what? You know what's funny is they tried the tournament, and I think it pissed a lot of people off. So I think their better bet is just to do the Battle Royal.
Oh, you're right. They did do a tournament last time, right? Yeah. I completely forgot about that. So I guess that's why they're doing the Battle Royal this time, yeah. It seems like they do a lot of Battle Royals. I love Battle Royals because there's fun chaos, and it's always like cool to watch on TV. But it seems like they keep going to that card like a lot.
Hey, man, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know. Cheese
Battle
pizza.
Are you saying John Cena is going to drop down and he's going to vacate the 2 belts and he's going to win the IC title too, so he's going to have 3 belts on his neck?
Why not? We don't know what to do. Just eat cheese pizza.
Give it to Cena.
Just give it to Cena.
You know, we're going to cancel the Battle Royal. Who's going to get it? Give it to Cena.
Stephanie McMahon's going to come out. Better yet, Vince McMahon's just going to come out and he's just going to admit, hey, everybody, this episode of Raw is going to be pretty fast. We're all going to go home early. We're just giving every belt to John Cena. All right, good night. Go home.
That's going to be the last Raw episode ever.
And then Sting comes out. Sting comes out
oh, God.
and challenges Cena for every single belt at WrestleMania against The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar and CM Punk.
Oh, he returns.
Scott Hall and Jake the Snake. With DDP in there.
Just make it a Battle Royal, goddammit. You've had like 10 people. Back to the Battle Royal.
It's a Battle Royal for cheese pizza.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're coming up at the 9. Oh my God. But
we didn't even ask the question of the day. So wait, let's end Raw on a good note. Let's
skip the question of the day. Let's punt on the question of the day. It is a lost cause. We're like 50 minutes into the show. The question of the day is The question of the day is, why do you hate the WWE Network so much and you're trying to get us canceled?
Just let me see it from where I say I want to see it.
Oh, God.
No, but straight up. So what wacky antics? So Wyatt's get a win. There's a Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship. What else is going on? What's Paul Heyman doing? What's going on in Heyman's world?
Nothing really. Cesaro beats up. Kofi wins, beats Cesaro on the WWE app. I didn't even see it. It said during the break, reading from CageSites.com, check them out in their live blog for every Monday Night Raw. During the break, Kofi won, and we come back to Cesaro absolutely demolishing Kofi. He throws him to the outside, tosses him over the barrier, slams him over the barrier, throws him to the crowd, puts him on the hits him against the post. And clotheslines him to hell before the refs drag him out. So even Michael Cole got knocked off his announcing chair during the brawl.
Whoa!
So Cesaro just snapped, and I don't know. Kofi wins once every 6 months, and this is how he gets treated. That's not cool. So Cesaro, I don't know, maybe a twist on Cesaro's character, a little more gritty edge to him. So maybe that's what Paul Heyman's up to.
Paul Heyman is a manipulator.
True. So, but you mentioned Vince McMahon, and he was out there.
What?
Damian Sandow comes out as Vince McMahon, and he just does a Vince McMahon impression. He says,
"Does he do the strut?"
Yeah, he did the strut. He had like a wig. He had like a business suit on, and then he says that he names people who should be in the Battle Royal. He said The Rock should be in the Battle Royal for the IC title. That Stone Cold should be in the IC Battle Royal for the IC title. Hulk Hogan should be in it. But he said, most importantly, the greatest superstar of all time, Damian Sandow, should be in the Battle Royal. And then crowd boos, of course. Then Stephanie McMahon appears on the Titantron. She says, you don't disrespect the McMahon name. We built wrestling up from the ground zero, blah, blah, blah. So Sandow has to fight his way into the Battle Royal, and his opponent is the Great Khali.
Are you kidding me?
And you guess what happens? Highlights from CageSites.com. Khali hits one chop, and the match is over.
Are you serious?
So we talked about Sandow being buried, so he is not in the IC title match, or Vince McMahon as Damian Sandow. So maybe he'll come back as a new character next week, Shane O'Mac or something, and try to get the Battle Royal.
Oh my gosh.
So
that is ridiculous.
So if you're a Damian Sandow or a Vince McMahon fan, you probably think it was ridiculous something I did wrong. But great colleagues in the Battle Royal. So that's good news. Surprise return. Someone from Hollywood.
Break the wall, Dean.
You
no, someone told me. Someone gave me a text message and said something. So break the wall, Dean.
This isn't Royal Rumble 2012 in the U.S. Airways Arena.
Break the wall, Dean. When I step in the arena, I break the wall, Dean. Isn't that what the line is?
Well, first of all, that's not the return that happened first. Out from the limo, fresh from Hollywood, the box office draw that is The Miz. And the crowd is severely underwhelmed. They thought it might have been The Rock. Thought it might have been Hulk Hogan. Thought it might have been Stone Cold. Someone from Hollywood. But it was The Miz. The crowd boos him. He says he's a box office draw now. He wants to main event WrestleMania again. And he's cutting a good promo, and he says that he paid for this arena. This ring was paid for by Miz money. And then right when something happens, what music hits?
Step in the arena and break the wall down.
There you go. And the crowd goes crazy. Everyone marks out. Y2J is back.
Break the wall down.
And he has a shiny jacket and fireworks, pyro, and it's awesome. And everyone loves
breaking the wall down.
Okay. Enough out of you. So the Miz says, "Don't interrupt my promo. What do you want? A lifetime achievement award? Or are you just gonna be that 2012 Jericho who doesn't talk and just wears a light bright jacket?" And then Jericho takes off his jacket. Miz starts yelling at him more, and then Jericho hits him with a code breaker, and Miz pops out of the ring. Then Jericho gets on the mic and says, he's been waiting a long time to say this, Raw is, and the lights go out. And the lights pop back up, and who's in the ring? Any guesses?
Sting?
No! And Sting hits him with a baseball bat. No, the Wyatt family. And the Wyatt family completely... I know. I don't know why either. They completely kicked the crap out of Chris Jericho. Big boot. Sister Abigail and Chris Jericho's left. I don't know. We don't know why. And they go to commercial. And they don't tell us why.
You know what it could be? The Whites could just be attacking people that are trying to spread a big message.
That could be a new gimmick. I like it.
You know, if you think about it, because Jericho has come back from a world tour and a tour of his music and trying to spread a message that way.
Fozzy.
Fozzy, exactly. So Wyatt could be like, first I was trying to take out Cena, but now I can take out, Jericho's message.
That'd be cool if he took out The Miz next time, though, too, just to, kind of blur the lines. Just because, A, it's The Miz, and everyone wants to see him get his ass kicked, and B, kind of, even blur the lines of Wyatt even being, a renegade, kind of, don't know what the hell he's going to do next kind of thing.
Yeah, true.
He's taxed faces and heels. That could be cool. Okay, next up. No, he did not come out and interrupt Fandango versus Dolph Ziggler.
Who won? Ziggler?
Ziggler won.
Yes.
Thanks to Summer Rae, who came out in the middle of the match and made out with Dolph Ziggler. Fandango got pissed and got hit with the zigzag, and Ziggler wins.
Ooh.
So Ziggler.
It's going to be a cool feud because we got to remember Fandango came against Jericho versus him at WrestleMania. So you got to remember this guy's roots. So I still consider this guy, pretty worthy contender.
Despite all the things Fandango's done since, you can still consider him a threat. This back to WrestleMania from 2 years ago.
He's got a good gimmick, man.
Okay, one more surprise before we get out of here. Well, two more surprises.
Mac.
Who's he going to run in on? Fandango?
Kurt Angle.
With his mouthpiece?
Bobby Roode.
Okay, take a shot. I'm not going to say the three letters that we're talking about. They just brought back their six-sided ring.
WCW? Yes. That's awesome.
Okay. So Paige comes out. It's fresh off her victory over Naomi. She had to cut a promo. She says she has she's a woman of few words. She speaks of her action in the rings, but she does have some detractors, and she deserves to have their say. And so she's about to say something, and then
break the wall.
no.
Yeah.
He hits a code breaker on Paige.
Code breaks everybody. Kevin Steen runs from the back and gets a code breaker, but then puts Jericho on a package pile driver. And El Generico comes out and package pile drives everybody simultaneously.
AJ Lee's music hit is cue that music.
Ooh, she's back.
So everyone marks out, and a few dumbasses in the crowd tries to get a CM Punk chant going. It quickly fades out. But AJ Lee says Paige was right. She got a little too cocky, and she just wants to thank Paige for giving her a slap back to reality. And Paige says, no, what do you think? I'm an idiot? You're trying to trick me. You're trying to get me to give you a rematch right now, right here tonight. And I'm not going to do that. The crowd doesn't want that. So AJ asks the crowd, do you want Paige to put her title on the line tonight? And of course the crowd says yes, 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 yes. And we have an impromptu Divas match. Paige kicks the crap out of AJ Lee. She gets a little cocky, grabs her by the hair. AJ Lee wakes up, slaps her, hits a roll up, the unstoppable diva maneuver.
Oh no! Wait,
the roll
up.
The roll up. 1, 2, 3. New diva champion.
Wow.
AJ Lee. So I don't know what that says about Paige and her future, but AJ Lee's back.
Lost by roll up.
Lost by roll up, dude. I mean, that is I don't know. That is like the 5-finger death punch from Kill Bill.
Why is that the kryptonite of the women's division?
Shouldn't they be at NXT just like training with their coaches, just watching hours of roll up tape, just like hours of like loops of like, you know, because like when
that was
like
a good roll up. You see that roll up? That was a good roll up.
How do we defend against this? It's like when they invented like the spear when caveman, like how do we defend against this spear? And they invented the bow and arrow to beat the spear, and then they invented the gun, and I don't know. And so on and so forth.
Then the package pile driver from the top of the Hammerstein ball.
When a diva busts out a package pile driver, the roll up will become obsolete. We'll go the way it's here.
Headquarters will implode.
The universe, the streak will be over, and blah blah blah. You know what happens. So implode on itself when a diva hits a package pile driver. Okay, main event of the Raw, real quick.
Of WrestleMania.
It's Roman Reigns, John Cena versus Randy Orton and Kane. The match ends by DQ because Kane brings in the steps and just beats the crap out of John Cena for some reason. During the match, Roman Reigns and Orton go to the back. They beat each other up. They're nowhere to be seen. And Kane hits, after the DQ, Kane hits John Cena with a tombstone. And Triple H signals to the back. And guess who comes running through the curtain?
Break the wall. I have no idea who. He's already in the ring.
It's not John Cena, who got laid out by the tombstone. It's not Stone Cold. It is Seth Rollins, who's cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. No?
What? Are you serious? That
Rollins
quick?
is cashing in. He's got a referee. The referee goes to ring the bell. Before he can start the match, Dean Ambrose jumps out.
Oh, Dean Ambrose!
And tackles.
Yeah.
It beats the other living crap out of that backstabbing shield breaker upper, Seth Rollins. And Ambrose beats Rollins into the crowd and out of the arena, and you see them going through the crowd, and they're lost in the crowd. And then Kane goes to beat down John Cena some more, but guess who makes the save? Not Y2J, not Sting, not AJ Lee. Roman Reigns spears the crap out of Kane, and Triple H is pissed, looks at Roman Reigns, they make eye contact, and we fade to black.
Ooh. So did the bell ring for his Money in the Bank cash-in?
No.
Ah.
Triple H says, referee, you're an idiot. You didn't start the bell fast enough. So Triple H is left with the Money in the Bank contract. Rollins is getting probably still somewhere in Connecticut, getting beat up by Dean Ambrose. He's at a Waffle House right now, and Dean Ambrose is punching him in the arm, giving him dead arms. Just following him everywhere.
I'm trying to eat my quit hitting me. I'm trying to eat my quit. I'm trying to drink my come on, man.
I'm so tired
I'm
now.
so tired. Quit hitting me, dude. Come on.
I still get the same hotel room together on the. So that is Raw. That is Money in the Bank. That is Bros for.
Man, that is nutty bananas, dude.
So crazy. So hopefully that'll lead into some momentum. Got 3 weeks to build till Battleground, and yeah. So that is our episode. Lots to cover. Lots of run-ins. Almost getting cashed in. Or we almost got cashed in on a couple times.
Man, wildlife.
Wildlife by the Portland State Police trying to cash in on you. I heard. So that's a tale for another time. A tale for another time. But good episode.
I've got a great girl in my corner. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, thankfully you found your Miss Elizabeth.
Ooh, she is.
Now. Q's pomp and circumstance.
Oh my gosh. Yes, she is Miss Elizabeth. That is the truth. And let it be. Let it be so.
And let it be so. Preacher, Slick Rick.
Episode 19 of the Bros Before Elbows podcast.
Thanks everyone on Twitter, our Twitter friends, our Facebook friends, everyone on KHI Seats, and everyone on YouTube who comments.
Keep tweeting us. Keep that tweeting. Whee!
And we'll answer the question of the day on the next episode.
There we go. Peace.
We'll drop your friends.